E rank. In the Jutsu ranking system, E rank is the lowest tier, meant for academy students. These jutsu are designed to teach the absolute basics, chakra control, hand seals, and, most importantly, how not to embarrass yourself in battle. Think of it like learning the alphabet before writing a novel. Without it, you're not getting anywhere. Even though E-rank jutsu are the most basic ones out there, they're still kind of fun. Let's take a few examples. Body replacement technique. Swap places with a log at the last second. Extremely useful when you don't feel like getting punched in the face. Cloak of invisibility technique. Ever wanted to sneak out without getting caught? This is the jutsu for you. Too bad it's pretty useless against anyone with decent perception. It might fool your average civilian though. Or clone jutsu. Create an illusion of yourself to confuse enemies, not to be mistaken for shadow clone jutsu, which is actually useful. This is the one jutsu you must master to graduate from the academy and officially become a Genon. Now, you might be thinking, if these jutsu are so basic, why do they even matter? Well, before you run, you gotta learn to walk. Plus, mastering these jutsu teaches patience, basic chakra control, and discipline, all the bare minimum things a ninja needs to survive. Speaking of E-rank jutsu, we gotta talk about 1000 Years of Death, Kakashi's ultimate prank move. Basically, it's a sneak attack straight to you-know-where. Let's just say, it's the kind of move that sends you flying, both from pain and pure humiliation. Naruto got the full VIP experience, and even Gaara, yeah, that Gaara, the cool, the badass one, wasn't safe. He got hit with an upgraded version, complete with an explosive tag. Yeah bro, that looked rough. And let's not forget, this happened in a fight between two Jinchuriki. So yeah, technically, this jutsu was crucial in a high-stakes battle. Totally legit ninja tactics, right? Now onto another iconic E-rank move, Sexy Jutsu. Naruto straight up transforms into a gorgeous, completely nude woman, designed to make weak-willed men lose their minds. And guess what? It works. Even Ebisu, the third Hokage, and freaking Jiraiya fell for it. Over time, Naruto passed this ridiculous but somehow effective technique down to Konohamaru, leading to some wild upgrades like Harem Jutsu, because why stop at one? And boy-on-boy technique. Yeah, let's not go there. But joke's on us. Sexy Jutsu actually played a role in the story. Without it, Naruto wouldn't have tricked Hiruzen and learned Kagebushin no Jutsu in the first place. And much later, Harem Jutsu legit helped him punch Kaguya in the face. I mean, Team 7 and Obito were struggling just to land a hit. And here comes Naruto, throwing hot dudes at her, like it's a game changer. Guess Kaguya had never seen that many handsome men in one place before. At the end of the day, E-rank jutsu might be the lowest tier, but they're essential. They teach the basics, give rookies a fighting chance, and let's be real, they've given us some of the funniest moments in Naruto history. So next time you see a ninja swapping places with a log or pulling off some absurd prank, just remember, it all started with an E-rank jutsu. D rank. Alright, D-rank jutsu is where things start getting interesting. This is the first step up from all that E-rank baby ninja stuff, meaning these are usually the jutsu genin learn once they graduate from the academy. They're still pretty simple, don't burn through chakra too much, and most of them aren't gonna win you a major battle. But even the strongest ninja had to start somewhere, right? And trust me, some of these D-rank jutsu are actually kinda cool. First up, body flicker technique. Yeah, this one's a classic. It's a high-speed movement jutsu that lets you vanish and reappear like some ninja magician. Almost every shinobi can use it, but some take it to insane levels. Ever heard of Shisui Uchiha? Dude was literally nicknamed Shisui of the body flicker because he was that good at it. The man was so fast, people couldn't even react. Then we got the third and fourth Raikage, who combined this with lightning release, making them damn near untouchable. With this technique, the fourth Raikage was so fast he could outrun Amaterasu. Yeah, that's right. The flames that are supposed to burn forever, kinda slow for him. Even Minato, the guy literally called the Yellow Flash, used body flicker when he arrived at the fourth Great Ninja War battlefield after being reanimated. And guess what? He was the first to show up. Now, let's talk about some stealthy stuff. Hiding in the mist technique. If you're from the Hidden Mist Village, this is the move. You fill the area with a thick fog and use your chakra to control its density. Sounds simple, right? But if you're an expert like Zabuza Momochi, you don't even need to see. You use sound, vibrations, and pure killer instinct to track and eliminate your target like a freaking ghost. And if the mist is dense enough, even Sharingan and Rinnegan have trouble seeing through it. Yeah, that's why this jutsu is perfect for the silent killing technique, the signature assassination style of Mist Ninja, sneaky and deadly. And then we got some wild stuff, 4 legs technique. This one is the signature move of the Inuzuka clan. You drop down on all fours, boost your speed, strength, and senses, and basically start fighting like a beast. And when you throw in their ninja dog partners, you get a vicious duo. This jutsu even becomes a core part of their fighting style, sticking with them through their entire ninja journey. If there's one thing D-rank jutsus really teach you, it's control, chakra control, precision, and stamina management. And those are big deals when you start throwing out crazy, chakra-hungry techniques later on. Important enough, when you're a Genon, you're out there doing missions. Sure, most of them are just chasing runaway cats, or something like that. The thrilling life of a rookie ninja. But the fact is, you're officially in the game. And these jutsu, they focus on versatility and survival. You never know when a quick escape move or a sneaky trick might actually save your life in a real fight. Even more important, teamwork. A lot of D-rank jutsu are all about support and coordination. Learning these techniques helps Genon understand strategy, positioning, and most importantly, how not to be deadweight in a fight. So yeah, D-rank jutsu may not be flashy, but they lay down the real foundation for every ninja. Mastering these is the first step toward not getting wrecked when things get serious. C rank. Now we're stepping up. This is where things start getting interesting, and we see some actual ninja power flexing. C-rank jutsu are not rookie moves anymore. This is Chunin level territory, not god tier destruction, but strong enough to turn the tide of a battle or a mission. This is where you start seeing more strategy, deception, and versatility in jutsu, rather than just basic survival tricks. And surely you've definitely seen some of these in your favorite Naruto moments. Let me hit you with some prime examples. Clone of Crows, Itachi's stylish escape move. It looks just so cool. You land a hit on Itachi, nope. His body just bursts into a swarm of crows, and these boys scatter everywhere. Then they reform into a clone like nothing happened. Even crazier, the clone can still talk while dissolving, as long as there's a mouth left. This technique is perfect for confusion tactics, leaving opponents wide open for a counterattack. Scattering Thousand Crows is another crow-based jutsu, but this time it's all about blinding the enemy. A whole flock of crows swarms the battlefield, messing up vision and disrupting attacks. And when the job's done, they just vanish in a puff of smoke. Aoba Yamashiro, yeah, a Toku Jonan, used this against Haidan, a literal S-rank Akatsuki member. So yeah, don't sleep on this jutsu. So there's this jutsu you might be more familiar with, the water prison technique. Basically, you trap your target in a water sphere. The water can either come from the surroundings or get sprayed out from your mouth. This jutsu limits the target's movements and can even drown them. Not saying it's impossible to escape though, like Neji Hyuga managed to break free by releasing chakra from all his tenketsu. But still, this jutsu has caused some trouble for ninjas from the Leaf Village. Speaking of Konoha, they're famous for their fire techniques, right? There's a ton of C-rank fire jutsu, like Dragon Fire Technique, Great Fireball Technique, and Phoenix Sage Fire Technique. These moves are classic. And here's a special one, Summoning Technique, also a C rank. That means you can summon frogs, turtles, birds, basically a whole zoo to fight with you, as long as you've got the skill or can sign a contract with them. Pretty wild, right? Now, C rank jutsu might not seem like much, but they get the job done. They're like the bread and butter of ninja techniques. You need the basics, attack, defense, and sometimes just support. Nothing flashy, but super reliable. Think of them like your ninja toolkit. When things get tough, these are the moves you really need. They're the stepping stones. They help you build combos and master ninja skills. C-rank jutsu are the practical tools to grow. They make you more versatile as a ninja. And guess what? They teach you how to work with your team too. To wrap it up, C-rank jutsu strike the perfect balance between simplicity and effectiveness. They're not flashy, but they get the job done when used right. B rank. So let's talk about B rank jutsu. These are like the middle ground of techniques. They're not as easy as C rank, but they're also not as crazy as A or S rank. B rank jutsu are the kind of moves that Chunin and up can use. So, not rookies, but not the ultimate masters either. These jutsu are strong enough to make a big impact in battle, but they're still well within reach of skilled ninjas. Yes, skilled ones. They're powerful and super useful in all kinds of situations. Now, I know it sounds pretty generic, right? But the thing that's awesome about B rank jutsu is how diverse they are. There's something for everyone. Whether you're into attack moves, defense, or even something tricky like genjutsu, B rank's got your back. Let's break it down a bit. Overall, Junin and Chunin are the levels where ninjas can really start making an impact on the battlefield. So, of course, we see a lot of B rank jutsu throughout the series. From genjutsu like demonic illusion, tree binding death, yeah, the one Kurenai used against Itachi, to barrier techniques like 4 violet flames formation, used by the Sound 4, or even the deadly hell stab, the signature technique of the third Raikage. And did I mention techniques that require you to channel chakra into weapons or your body? Yeah, those are B rank too. Stuff like hell stab, lightning release, chakra mode, and even channeling lightning chakra into a katana. These are all B rank jutsu. And do they pack a punch? Yes, they do. But of course, it all depends on the user. I mean, just knowing the jutsu isn't enough. You've got to know how to use its full potential. Let me give you a few more examples. Many B-rank jutsu are used by Kage-level ninjas. Take Water Dragon Bullet, for instance. It was created by the second Hokage, and we see it used by the 5th Mizuka Jie during the 4th Ninja War. Also, Fire Release. Great Fire Annihilation is another B-rank jutsu used by Madara when he was summoned through Edo Tensei. And this guy is on another level. He even slapped around all the 5 Kage at once. So, in fact, he's not your average Kage level. Yeah, these B-rank techniques are strong and have some serious scale to them. And get this, Flying Thunder God Slash is also a B-rank jutsu created by the second Hokage, and it's basically the precursor to Flying Raijin Jutsu, which is an S-rank technique that's so overpowered, it's like a cheat code for the game. But overall, B-rank jutsu are all about flexibility. Whether you're in a mid-level battle or trying to complete a mission, B-rank moves are often the perfect choice. They're versatile, effective, and can be adapted to almost any situation you throw at them. Erank. A-rank jutsu are high-level techniques in the Naruto world. To keep it simple, these aren't the kinds of moves just anyone can master. Usually, only Jonin-level ninjas and above can pull them off. They require huge amounts of chakra, high precision, and sometimes take a long time to prepare. And yeah, A-rank jutsu can have a massive impact across a wide area. Take Rasengan, one of Naruto's signature moves. It doesn't just require amazing chakra control and focus, but bigger versions of it can bring some serious destructive power. One of the big reasons a technique gets bumped up to A rank is how complicated it is. Let's stick with Rasengan as an example. Sure, we see Naruto spam it all the time, but it actually requires the user to do 3 things at once: maintaining rotation, powering it up with strength, and keeping it contained. It's so hard that even the 4th Hokage, who was a genius in his own right, needed 3 years just to perfect it in its basic form. And there are A-rank jutsu that need to be used at just the right moment. Take Chidori, the lightning-fast technique from Sasuke and Kakashi. It's a super strong move that can pierce through and deal some deadly damage, but it requires speed, accuracy, and, well, yeah, having Sharingan. So to use A-rank jutsu, sometimes it's not enough to be strong. You've got to have that extra something. You've got to be a genius or blessed by fate. Then, the range of these A-rank jutsu can be insane. Take Conan's Paper Person of God technique. It's not just a powerful attack, it can cover a huge area, making it really hard to counter. Some A-rank techniques, like Kushina's adamantine sealing chains, can even seal Kurama's full form. Yeah, that's some next level stuff with power and durability that's hard to top. Some of these jutsu are even kinjutsu, forbidden techniques, like the mutually multiplying explosive tags, created by the second Hokage. No joke. This thing is even more deadly and dangerous than Conan's paper bomb ocean. Yeah, that's saying something. A-rank jutsu are usually saved for decisive battles or large-scale fights, even used as the all-in moves. You know, in these types of battles, people aren't just throwing kunai at each other. Against really strong opponents, you use everything you've got, pulling off perfect combos. For larger battles, you go for techniques that can control the battlefield, like using wood release to plant forests, or healing every single warrior at once with a huge network. So if you can pull off A-rank jutsu, you're a serious ninja. A really good ninja. Heck, you might even have the potential to become Kage someday. S rank. S-rank jutsu are truly the pinnacle of ninja techniques in the Naruto world. You could say these are the most dangerous and powerful techniques, way beyond A-rank. What's interesting is that these jutsu are usually one of a kind, tied to specific individuals, like a signature move that marks them in the ninja world. S-rank techniques are so strong that there aren't many of them. They deserve an entire video. And yeah, I'm working on it. But to really understand the insane power of S-rank jutsu, let's look at some iconic examples, like the Reaper Death Seal, a forbidden technique that seals the enemy's soul, but at a huge cost. The user has to sacrifice their own life in exchange for that power. Yeah, the price is high, but the payoff is terrifying. This jutsu can seal away literally any force, no matter how strong. Then there's Edo Tensei, another forbidden jutsu that brings the dead back as immortal warriors. After the first and second Hokage were revived, the third Hokage had no choice but to use the Reaper Death Seal to seal them away. Why? Simply when the summoned are too strong, immortal, yeah, they've already died, I know, and act as weapons for someone else, the consequences are catastrophic. Another crazy one is Performance of 100 Puppets by Sasori. This jutsu involves controlling 100 puppets at the same time in battle. It's not just about operating that many puppets, it's about maintaining precision and efficiency in the heat of battle. And the power? Sasori once said he wiped out an entire country with his 100 puppets. Academy students. Academy students are individuals in training, preparing for the life of a true shinobi. While they are not yet part of the active shinobi forces, they are learning and mastering the fundamental elements of the ninja lifestyle. However, they can be mobilized during emergencies if needed, acting as a kind of reserve force. This is the initial stage of their journey to becoming shinobi, and passing the challenges at the academy is a crucial step toward officially becoming a ninja. Students at the academy spend most of their time developing the basic skills required of a shinobi. Alongside standard subjects like history and mathematics, they are trained in fundamental ninja techniques such as ninjutsu, taijutsu, and genjutsu. This equips them with the essential combat skills they will need. They are also trained in using and controlling ninja tools like shuriken and kunai. Practicing target-based exercises with these tools is an important part of their training program. Basic techniques, such as the clone technique and the transformation technique, are taught early on to familiarize students with E-rank skills they will frequently use in missions once they officially become ninjas. After completing the training program at the academy, students must pass a graduation exam to determine if they are ready to become genin. If they pass, they receive an important gift: the Shinobi Headband. Those who fail the exam must return to the academy to continue their training. Simply put, academy students are like preschoolers in the world of shinobi. Graduation requirements vary depending on the village. In Konohagakure, students only need to demonstrate their ability with a basic E-rank technique. Interestingly, Naruto was the only student to graduate using a forbidden technique. By the way, I really want to thank you for subscribing to my channel, which helps increase the subscriber to viewer ratio. However, the unsubscribed viewer ratio is still quite high, so I hope you will continue to subscribe to the channel to help our team develop further. Thank you so much. Next, Genon. Genon is the lowest rank in the shinobi hierarchy. Because they are at the lowest level, Genon are organized into small teams of 4 members. 3 Genin and 1 Jonin sensei, a Jonin level teacher. This setup helps them develop teamwork skills and gain real-world experience as shinobi under the guidance and protection of a highly skilled ninja. The composition of these teams is determined based on each Genin's individual abilities, ensuring the members can work together as effectively as possible. For example, Naruto Uzumaki, despite having the lowest exam scores, was placed in a team with Sasuke Uchiha, a genius with exceptional combat skills, and Sakura Haruno, who excelled in theoretical knowledge. Another example is the Ino Shikacho trio. This team was formed based on tradition, as the Yamanaka, Nara, and Akimichi clans have worked together for generations and share a close bond. This combination is not just built on friendship and loyalty, but also on the complementary nature of their combat abilities. This team structure is designed to give Genin the chance to learn from their more skilled teammates, while also allowing each member to develop and showcase their strengths in teamwork. Overall, Genin are comparable to elementary school students. They take on D rank and C rank missions, which serve as opportunities to train, gain experience, and improve their skills. This is a foundational rank in the shinobi system. However, the skill levels among Genin are not equal. For example, some Genin, like Naruto, displayed weak abilities when they first graduated. His skills were not very strong at that time. On the other hand, there were highly capable Genin like Shino, or geniuses like Sasuke and Neji, who stood out from the rest. When Genin feel confident in their abilities, they can participate in the Chunin exams, a challenging test to determine if they are ready to advance to the rank of Chunin. This exam doesn't only assess their combat skills, but also evaluates their leadership, strategic thinking, and ability to perform under pressure. It is a significant milestone in a shinobi's career, giving them the chance to prove their value and potential. The Chunin exam arc is one of the best arcs in Naruto. It shows just how much the strength of Genin can vary, highlighting the potential for some Genin to be incredibly powerful. This arc also introduces some of the most important characters in the entire series, making it an unforgettable part of the story. Chunin. Chunin, also known as mid-level ninja, are shinobi who have reached a certain level of maturity and ability. They are not just skilled fighters, but also possess leadership qualities and the ability to create strategies. Unlike Genin, who mainly take on simple tasks and learn through experience, Chunin begin handling missions that require strategic thinking, team management, and the ability to make precise decisions under pressure. This is the stage where ninjas start to show true professional growth. To become a Chunin, Genin must participate in the Chunin exams. In these exams, participants are tested on strategy, critical thinking, teamwork, and, at times, their ability to handle real combat scenarios. No joke, the Chunin exams are extremely tough. You have to go through a written test, team battles that require coordination, and one-on-one combat where you need to use both ninjutsu and taijutsu. There have been cases where ninjas suffered severe injuries, lost limbs, or even lost their lives during these fights in the exams. Chunin don't just take on missions, they can also take on teaching roles. For example, Aruka Umino transitioned to becoming a teacher at the Shinobi Academy, where he passed on his experience and knowledge to the next generation. This marks a natural progression for a ninja, as they evolve from being just warriors to playing an essential role in shaping and guiding young shinobi. Overall, Chunin are those who have overcome the initial challenges of the profession, started building up valuable experience, and developed skills in leadership and strategy. They are prepared to take on more important missions and contribute to the growth of future generations of shinobi. Jonan. Jonan, also known as elite ninja, are highly experienced shinobi with exceptional skills, often taking on leadership roles. They are not just skilled fighters, but possess abilities that are nearly unattainable for most people. For example, Might Guy's taijutsu is unmatched among Jonin. Kakashi has mastered over 1,000 jutsu in his arsenal, and even Minato, during his time as a Jonin, was famously known as the Yellow Flash for his unparalleled speed and power. These ninjas are far more than ordinary warriors. They are capable of undertaking A rank or even S rank missions, which are the most difficult and dangerous tasks in the ninja world. In some cases, they may even be entrusted to complete such missions on their own. There are no specific details in the manga about how a ninja can achieve the title of Jonin. Therefore, we can infer that becoming a Jonin requires recognition from the community and approval from the leaders within the military system. In the anime, things are a bit different, as a ninja can participate in the Jonin exam to prove their abilities and earn the title. Regardless of the case, to become a Jonin, a ninja must undergo a rigorous process of training and challenges to demonstrate that they truly deserve this prestigious rank. When a ninja reaches the rank of Jonin, they are often tasked with supervising a team of 3 genin. This is an opportunity for them to pass on their knowledge and skills to the next generation of ninja while helping their students grow into capable warriors. A crucial part of a Jonin's responsibility is determining the right time for their genin to participate in the Chunin exam, a significant milestone in every ninja's career. Jonin mentorship is not just about teaching combat techniques, but also about fostering mental resilience and guiding their students in teamwork and flexible problem solving through their extensive battlefield experience. Overall, Jonin have typically been through countless battles, often incredibly grueling ones. As a result, they are calm, composed, and possess exceptional endurance and mental fortitude. Kage. In the world of Naruto, Kage is the title given to the leader of one of the 5 great shinobi countries. Kage are known as the strongest ninjas and hold the highest responsibilities in their villages. They are also the ones responsible for managing the village's activities, from overseeing ninja missions to making important decisions to ensure the safety of the villagers. A Kage is recognized as the most powerful ninja in their village and is considered one of the most skilled individuals in the shinobi world. The title of Kage was established by Hashirama Senju shortly after the founding of Konoha, making him the first Kage in history. Hashirama was chosen as Kage not only because of his personal abilities, but also due to the trust and recognition he received from the villagers and the nation. After this position was established, other countries began to adopt this system, viewing it as a stable and effective leadership model. Different villages have their own names for their Kage, but they all share the same role: to lead, protect, and develop their villages. There are 5 types of Kage corresponding to the 5 largest villages in the 5 great shinobi countries. Each type of Kage represents a village and has its own specific name: Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village, Kazekage of the Hidden Sand Village, Mizukage of the Hidden Mist Village, Raikage of the Hidden Cloud Village, and Tsuchikage of the Hidden Stone Village. Each Kage, true to their title, possesses their own strengths or techniques, but there is no doubt that they are incredibly powerful. However, communication between the Kage is not frequent. The shinobi world, much like the world we live in, is always full of conflicts due to competing interests. As a result, great wars still occur. The Kage usually meet only during treaty signing ceremonies, held when there are important matters to discuss between the villages, such as peace, war, or alliances. Regarding how a Kage is appointed, the process may vary between villages. In fact, it is quite flexible. In theory, the selection of a Kage is decided by the feudal lords with advice from the village council. This decision must then be approved by the military forces of the village. However, the appointment of a Kage can sometimes be quite strange. For example, Kakashi became the 6th Hokage after Obito's request, and the 3rd Hokage was appointed because the 2nd Hokage had chosen him before sacrificing himself. However, it cannot be denied that all Kage receive recognition and approval from everyone, except for one person, Danzo. In fact, he was not recognized by anyone and held the position of Kage for a very short time. Naturally, he was not memorialized on the Konoha rock. This shows that even though they are the most powerful and influential people in the village, Kage still face criticism. For example, the 3rd Hokage was often criticized by the members of the Konoha Council for being too focused on negotiations and avoiding more aggressive measures. In a more humorous sense, the 1st Hokage was frequently corrected by his younger brother for being too optimistic and naive, while Gaara had to face opposition from the Suna Council when he became the 5th Kazekage. One extreme case was the 4th Mizukage, who ruled the Hidden Mist Village in a dictatorial manner, leading to a dark and bloody period known as the Bloody Mist Era. One notable tradition is that Jinchuriki are often closely related to the current Kage to strengthen the loyalty of the Jinchuriki and demonstrate the military power of each village. For example, Killer Bee is the adoptive brother of the 4th Raikage, and Gaara is the son of the 4th Kazekage. These relationships not only help build a strong bond between the Kage and Jinchuriki, but also represent a part of the Kage's power and influence over their village. An interesting point is that when a Kage decides to retire, they still retain their title for life and can assist the new Kage with decision-making and other tasks. For example, Tsunade remains the 5th Hokage, while Kakashi serves as the 6th. Hokage can even return to take on the leadership role if their successor dies, such as when the 3rd Hokage came back after the 4th Hokage sacrificed himself in the battle to save Konoha, when no one else was found to take on the position. The position of Kage is not just a title, but an incredibly heavy responsibility. They must lead by example and be at the forefront whenever the village faces a crisis. Anbu. Anbu is a special force in the Hidden Leaf Village. This is not a regular military unit, but rather an intelligence division. They consist of elite ninjas who are sent on highly classified missions as requested by the village leader. A key characteristic of Anbu is that there is no clear ranking system. Instead, the roles and positions within the group depend on the abilities, experience, and skills of each ninja. The Anbu captains are usually individuals with high prestige and are highly respected within the organization. Not everyone can join Anbu. First, they must be highly skilled, as they are the ones assigned the most difficult and critical tasks. Second, their personality must fit the nature of Anbu's missions. Anbu operates in secrecy, danger, and ruthlessness. They perform dark tasks to protect the village, sometimes having to sacrifice morals and humanity to complete their missions. As a result, they must be decisive and unafraid to take action against others. For this reason, members of Anbu are often feared by others because of their high-level skills and their willingness to act without hesitation or mercy. Kakashi originally served in Anbu, but he was not a cold or ruthless person. Therefore, he returned to serve in the regular forces of the Hidden Leaf Village. In the Hidden Leaf Village, the tradition is to only recruit ninjas over the age of 13 into Anbu. Although there are rare exceptions like Itachi Uchiha, who joined at the age of 11. Once a ninja joins Anbu, they undergo intense training, which includes learning about the human body and using a mask to conceal their identity. Wearing the mask not only helps protect secrecy, but also creates a code name for each member, instead of using their real names. Anbu mainly carries out missions to protect the village from foreign threats, or to raid enemy territories, encountering powerful ninjas, spying, monitoring, and interrogating to gather information. They also take on missions that require ninjas with special skills. These tasks are often extremely dangerous, and Anbu members may have to destroy their own bodies if they are severely injured to avoid being captured as prisoners. In Kirigakura, there is a special branch of Anbu called Hunter Nin, whose job is to track and eliminate missing ninja traitors. Whenever they kill a traitor, they cut off the head as proof and discard the rest of the body to avoid leaving any trace for the enemy. This shows the level of ruthlessness and willingness to sacrifice in order to protect the village's safety. While Anbu in most villages operate in teams and take orders from their captains, some elite Anbu members are directly commanded by the Kage and receive orders from them. In Konoha, Anbu plays a crucial role in maintaining peace, working alongside the Konoha military police force. However, there is an ambiguous relationship between the authority of the police force and Anbu's missions, as both forces sometimes carry out overlapping tasks. In the past, Konoha had a special branch of Anbu called Root, an even more secretive organization. Members of Root were trained to completely abandon emotions and only follow the orders of Danzo Shimura, regardless of the negative consequences it might have on the community. Each Root member has a secret seal on their tongue to prevent them from revealing any information about the organization. Root members are extremely mysterious, and the one we know most about is Sai, who went through a journey to regain his smile and emotions. Sanin. The Sanin are the 3 legendary ninjas of Konoha, including Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Orochimaru, who are celebrated as the greatest warriors of their time. When they were still young, Genon, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru were placed in the same team under the leadership of the 3rd Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen. After they grew up and became independent, Hiruzen's team was officially disbanded. However, the trio continued to work together during the Second Shinobi World War. In a fierce battle against Hanzo of Omegakure, the village hidden in the rain, they were the only ninjas from Konoha to survive Hanzo's attacks. Hanzo awarded them the title of the Legendary Three Ninjas of Konoha, as a recognition of their extraordinary strength. This title has been associated with them ever since. After the battle, each of them went their separate ways. Jiraiya decided to stay in the village, hidden in the rain, taking in Konan, Yahiko, and Nagato as his disciples, caring for them and atoning for the sins of the war. Tsunade also traveled around and gave up the path of a ninja, while Orochimaru gradually distanced himself from the village due to his criminal activities. At that time, Orochimaru was considered a criminal, and Jiraiya and Tsunade had several intense battles with him. However, despite everything, they had once been a team, and there was always a bond between them. Even in Tsunade's dream after being struck by the Mugen Tsukuyomi, Orochimaru was still there, and the three of them were together, happy. In terms of their strength, all three were at the Kage level, and each of them was nominated to be Hokage at some point in the story. They were not only legendary warriors, but also symbols of an entire era, where fierce battles and sacrifices left an indelible mark. Alright, that's all for this episode. If you want me to make a video about any other topic or a specific character, just leave a comment below.